Alright, chums up.
Ready, guys?
Let's do this. Leroy Dragons!
Hey everyone, Half Tilt here with another video. In the last video, we talked about the epitome of competition for PvP players, the arenas. In this video, I want to focus on the epitome of PvE content, raiding. Okay, so I want to look at a few things regarding raiding in Ashes of Creation. First, we need to go over the information we have so we're on the same page, then we can theory craft a bit. Given that only 20% of the content in Ashes will be instanced, we can expect most, if not all of the raids to be open world. That means we will for sure see some epic PvP battles between raid groups outside, inside, and even during boss encounters. A group could come in and wipe your raid, then take the boss for themselves. Or they could even challenge your raid to a DPS race, as the looting rates go to the tagging group only if they do at least 40% of the total damage. If that challenging group does more than 60% of the damage, they actually steal the looting rates. And this isn't just in raids, you guys. This is in all PvE encounters. World bosses, dungeons, raids, just regular monsters. That's the case of it. No doubt, this is going to be grounds for some epic moments to share with our friends for years to come. And while we all want to get the kill and the loot, these moments are what we carry with us as MMORPG players. Remembering that time when you and your raid group were in the heat of an epic raid encounter that you had never seen or attempted before, just to have another group come in and have a huge PvP battle while still trying to fight the boss. Everybody dies, and it's just chaos and mayhem everywhere. These are the reasons why we play these games, you guys. It's that group dynamic that brings everyone together that we can all look back and laugh about and tell stories about. I'm curious, what would be your tactic if you came across another group already fighting the boss that your raid group is after? Would you try to wipe them? Would you try to compete for DPS, or would you run right past them and move to the next boss in the raid? Let me know down in the comments. Another cool thing we will have with dungeons and raids in Ashes is adaptable difficulty. This means that based on your group's performance during previous encounters in the raid, a boss's difficulty can change dynamically, which will also change its loot table. Boss difficulty will not scale based on group size, so these difficulty thresholds will only be achieved by learning the various encounters in a raid and executing tighter gameplay as a whole by gearing up your raid. Now, for some of us out there with some past MMO experience, this could be equated to a normal, a heroic, or mythic difficulty settings, except it's chosen automatically, and we may or may not know the requirements to unlocking the next tier for any given encounter. Do you like the idea of difficulty adjusting based on your performance up to a certain point? Or do you prefer to have more control over your difficulty setting? I, for one, am a big fan of the Ashes design here because it adds just another layer of challenge to solve. And finally, we know that there will be leaderboards for dungeons and raids. Among other things, that will track server progress as well as cross-server progress. Trophy parks will be available in town, city, and metropolis level nodes, where trophies can be placed to show off server-first clears, and the players who were a part of that will have their names etched on the trophy for all time. This is especially unique and prestigious because of how dungeons and raids are unlocked. This creates an interesting dynamic between servers in the race for world first, because each server's development will be different depending on which nodes they level up first. What are your thoughts on world first races when a raid or dungeon may only be available on 1 or 2 servers out of many? Sound off in the comments below. Now, having said all of that, how is Ashes shaping up for a competitive raid environment? World first races are inevitable, regardless of what server you are on and what dungeons or raids you have unlocked. But beyond that, I don't know we will see much competition beyond speedrun records over time as servers rotate through the node system and unlock various encounters, then focus them until the next rotation. With that, I turn the question over to you all. What are your thoughts on competitive raiding in Ashes and competitive raiding in general in MMOs? Thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Check out last week's video where we went over arenas, and stay tuned for next week's video where we talk a little bit about esports in Ashes of Creation. Thank you all, and take care. Until the next one.